Super League's leading referee, Stuart Cummings, to take control. It's going to be St Helens who will start. They will attack in all blue from right to left. Stuart Cummings blows the whistle. Tommy Martin gets us underway. Castleford then will have the first use of the football. Steve-O, who's going to be triumphant here in the jungle tonight?
Well, it's going to be a real arm wrestle early in the game, that is for sure. Of course, Castleford without Davidson Raper, especially the hooker Aaron Raper, is so instrumental for this Castleford side. But St Helens, of course, they're without Sean Long and Paul Wellens, so they have their difficulties there. Of course, 50 tries scored by Saints, but rather surprisingly, they've conceded 31. Castleford, they've scored 28, conceded 27.
That's a great kick downfield. They were looking for the 40-20. Castleford. Aitchison has to tip it back. Oh, and John Wells believes he's got a touch on this. John Wells thinks he scored. What a start this could be for the Tigers. Stuart Cummings has to hand it on to the video referee.
See if he's onside.
Well, what a big mistake from Aitchison.
I think he's got this.
No, he's missed it. Aitchison just got there. Well, he's a fortunate man. Just coming back from injury, he missed the last 7 games. The fullback, Paul Aitchison. Well, what a big effort there. Really, he should have allowed it to go over the whitewash. They would have at least had the head and ball from the scrum. Why he took the gamble there is beyond belief. Very fortunate. To his credit, he got back. Superb kick. Was he over the 40? Could it have been a 40-20?
Well, it was. Stuart Cummings was calling for that, but obviously the video ref is taking a look at the onside, offside here, and it looks like they might believe that John Wells has got a touch.
Well, Danny Orr was definitely over the 40, so that's the reason perhaps that Aitchison has had to go for the football, because that would have reverted to the head and feed. Now then, they're looking to see whether there is a touch from St Helens player. Did he play at the ball or did the ball play him? Pretty difficult to see.
Well, this is a big decision from the video referee early here. No try. Goal line dropout. And they've ruled that Paul Aitchison got a finger to that ball and knocked it dead. Well, that's a let-off for the champions.
Well, this is the reason why he had to go for it, because he knew it was going to be a 40-20. And his height has just beaten Wells. The outstretched left arm comes to the rescue.
And Paul Aitchison back after 7 matches out. Maybe a touch of rustiness in the veins of Paul Aitchison at the moment. But what an encouraging start for the Tigers. And on the drive forward is Paul Smith. High tackle by Chris Joint. Spotted by referee Stuart Cummings. Or was it Apollo Perolini?
Perolini's the man that went high. Joint grabbed on the chest. Perolini the prop forward. Joint goes on the chest. It's a grab from Perolini. He's not happy with it. He thought that he'd gone onto the chest first. He did. First impact, but finished up in the face.
Stuart Raper, the Tigers coach, was pretty confident coming into this match that his men could turn the champions over. They have to beat the big 3, though. Wigan, the Bulls and St Helens. They've lost twice to the Warriors and once to the Bulls this year already. Can they make the extra step to the higher level here? Big question. And the first big question of the night is, can Danny Orr kick this penalty goal to give Castleford the lead? Ian Millwood, the St Helens coach, what a start to his career at Knowsley Road. I say this is the first big question. We had the first big question asked of the video referee, didn't we?
Sure did. He got it right.
Well, Danny Orr, exactly 30 metres away from the post and just about in centre field. Had to give it a good thump, though, and he's missed it. But the important thing from Danny Orr and Castleford's point of view, the ball went dead, so Castleford will get it back from the 20-metre dropout here from Tommy Martin. Not the best. Michael Eager collects on the bounce. Iro and Hoppy in the New Zealand combination. Oh, and Eager has
That'll be a penalty.
not lost it. It's been stolen from him.
Sean Hoppy
Getting the vote today ahead of Chris Smith on the wing.
You see Hoppy just drag the arm as he comes away. Drags the ball out of Eager's grasp. He's on the ball is Stuart Cummings. Big mistake from Sean Hoppy.
Well, if St Helens had hold of the football yet, 3.5 minutes of the match gone.
Yeah, they placed it to kick off.
And they've drop-kicked it from their own 20. The rest of the time, it's all been in the hands of the Castleford Tigers. And here now is Ian Tonks. At the moment, he's got to be one of the tallest hookers knocking about in Super League. Darren Shaw would drive in. Perolini and Joint again, the men to meet him. Adrian Vowles will scamper away from dummy half. Cunningham's after him, gets it.
Big problem for the Tigers, of course, without Aaron Raper. They're going to have to switch it around from Moore and Vowles in the dummy half position.
This is Purcell, slipped the pass away, got it away neatly too.
Good defence there from Tuilangi.
Danny Orr, quick play the ball. Dean Sampson turning and spinning, releases the pass, does well.
Great offload by the prop forward, Sampson. Shoved the would-be tackler away. It's a kick through.
Yes, Purcell dabbed it through. It bounced off the legs of the St Helens defender. Joint drops on it gratefully. Oh, now then. Was Sonny Nicol there, guilty of obstruction?
Certainly put his body on the line in the way. Well, all came to naught then. 4 minutes, it's been all the Tigers. Oh, I'm not so sure he was squared at the... and he's been spotted by Stuart Cummings.
You were okay, you're not square. Okay, you're not square.
Darren Shaw was okay.
Ian Tonks.
It was Tonks that was there's a kick through. Did he hold back? No. Well spotted by the referee, Stuart Cummings. Well, they'll be disappointed, the Tigers. That really was a 2 and 3 waves attack against the St Helens. As you say, they haven't had the football. Takes them a while to settle in.
They've got it now, and it's with Cunningham. Head to head. You can see St Helens have a good record against Castleford. In Super League, they've done well here. 3 wins from 4. And they're looking for a try here with Newlove. Good tackling by Wells, although Newlove will claim it was a bit high. Here now goes Chris Joint, the St Helens captain, driving it in to within 8 metres of the line. Last tackle, Cunningham. On it goes to Martin. Martin stamped the ball through, looking for scope ball. And Adrian Vowles is there to just shuffle the ball over the dead ball line.
Beautiful weighted kick as well. Castleford thought he was going to go for the high bomb, but it was well read by the skipper, Adrian Vowles.
Tommy Martin will also take the place kicks today, with Sean Long being out injured. It's a terrible blow to St Helens to lose Sean Long. Terrible blow for our viewers as well, because Long is one of the brighter stars of the Super League, but St Helens will paper over the crack if they can, and here's one of the men who will take them forward, Ferretti Tuilangi. Cunningham, away to Julian O'Neill. Julian O'Neill wearing a head guard this evening. Cunningham is the dummy half again. Tommy Martin. And a good wide ball to Newlove. Newlove gets it away to Sullivan. Forward pass.
Just couldn't squeeze it out. It sucked in the centre, Campbell and the winger. And it was forward, well spotted there. You could see how Wells had been sucked in. Great centre play by Paul Newlove. Just couldn't get the pass away in the end.
Sullivan in front of Newlove, and really when he received that football he made no real effort to go for the line. Almost gave himself away.
Well, he's such a big boy that when he goes through and throws the dummy, you could see there that John Wells had sucked away. It was a clear run. If the pass would have been okay.
Good defence here from St Helens. Starting to get to the pace of this match. Darren Shaw, though, thought he found a hole round the outside of Tommy Martin. Here's Dean Sampson. Stands, offloads. Big Paul Smith now for the Tigers, just inside his own half. Quick play of the ball. Tonks gets it away to Purcell. That's just the fifth and last.
Lost his footing there. Half-back Andrew Purcell. So important that he has a pretty solid game today. No Brad Davis, of course. And that's a good kick. What's the chase like?
Not so bad. It's led inevitably by Adrian Vowles.
Runs himself to water, doesn't he? Tracking across. That's great defence. Good work by Eager.
And here comes Sean Hoppy again. Tackled by Purcell and Darren Rogers. Kevin Iro dummy half. Tuilangi now. Offloads to Cunningham. He then finds
was onside. Beautiful break from Martin, and the kick was absolutely superb. Look at the speed there. He's got it on Wells. Does he get it down? Yep. Frame by frame. Is it another belly button? I think I thought he got his fingertips to it in the end.
Well, on the view from behind he did. Looked like maybe his hip. Ian Millwood passing an instruction to the sideline. Sullivan thinks he's scored. And the video referee agrees. Anthony Sullivan. 3 tries in the win at Leeds, his only tries of the year until that moment. That's try number 4 of Super League 5 for the Welsh flyer.
Watch the sidestepping skill here. Tuilagi did well. See how he sucks him in and then offloads. Cut him out wide. Throws the dummy. Paul Smith couldn't do anything about it. Nothing could Darren Shaw. What a superb kick this is. This is a classic try. Loves nothing better than Sullivan to finish off like that. But good work from Tuilagi. But look at the step here, and again, in and out. Sampson, Shaw. The kick, weighted to perfection. Remarkable effort. He enjoyed that, and rightly so.
And so from way out on the touchline, Tommy Martin with the conversion attempt. Now, he doesn't particularly like goal kicking, but he might like it after that. What a kick from Tommy Martin. Castleford supporters debate the 6 points their team has just conceded. Martin created the try. Martin kicked a wonder goal off the touchline. Saints are ahead 6-0. And here now comes Sonny Nicol. Well, quite a start for Castleford, but St Helens soaked up the early pressure and they've got first blood.
4.5 minutes there. St Helens on the rack for the first real opportunity by the Saints. It was classy. What a rejuvenated player Tommy Martin is, and I'm sure that Stuart Raper realises that this St Helens outfit have got so many stars, but none better than the man who's just played the football, Tommy Martin.
Oh, that's a big hit though. Purcell was in there quickly, so too Campbell, and Chris Joynt felt that. Interesting to see how Martin and Sculthorpe here with the football and the kick downfield, how they combine this evening. It's normally Martin and Long. Oh, and Darren Rodgers could hear Tuilagi charging up. And they just had to slide the ball over the dead ball line.
Did well, Rodgers. Watch him put his foot out first.
Yes.
Great stuff. That's quick thinking.
The ball's still rolling, so that's why he gets away with it. And it's a 20-metre tap restart for the Tigers.
Can't do it, of course, if the ball is stationary. That really was quick thinking by Darren Rodgers, but it was a superb kick, wasn't it, from Paul Sculthorpe? Kicking early in the tackle, trying to confuse the defence from Castleford.
Well, it's normally Martin and Long. Tonight it's Martin and Sculthorpe in the engine room for St Helens. But here's a man who won't be giving in easily. Adrian Vowles, the Castleford captain, man of steel, plays it to Tonks. Tonks to Purcell. Purcell dabbed the ball over the top. John Wells called onside by referee Stuart Cummings, but it doesn't matter. The ball skipped away. Andrew Purcell filling in for Brad Davis injured, and Aaron Raper also injured. And without those two, sometimes, Steve-O, Castleford do tend to lose their way a bit.
Yeah, they can be a little bit confused at times, but oh, that's a good break. Good ankle tap in the end there.
Paul Smith just managed to flip the ankle of Perolini, otherwise Saints were away again. Martin to Newlop, who tries to skip inside too. Tommy Martin will come down the short side, find his captain Joynt. Campbell is there, Orr is there. Also Paul Smith is there. Then the Joynt goes to the deck.
Good work from Martin. They're trying to just squeeze in that blind side, trying to suck in this sliding defence from Castleford, but it's equal to the task at the moment. Good work from Haaland.
Here's Sculthorpe, back after injury, adapt to the corner, that will hang up. Or Jason Flowers colliding with his own man and being trapped in the in-goal area. Darren Rodgers and Jason Flowers didn't quite communicate then.
Well, it's a superb kick yet again from Sculthorpe. That's a second well weighted. And he made no attempt to start bringing the play back in. confusing there with Rogers in the full-back. And that's a fair tackle from Sean Oppie. Well, Sculthorpe, a lot of people thought that perhaps without Sean Long, the kicking game would not be as good. But it's certainly been 100% from the stand-off Paul Sculthorpe today.
It's normally loose forward, but he has played at stand-off. In fact, he played in the grand final at stand-off last year for St Helens. 3 goal line dropouts in this match have been forced already. 13.5 minutes on the watch, and nickel in possession for the Saints. At dummy half is Kieran Cunningham. Here now is Tommy Martin. Good ball to Iro, who's on fire at the moment. Iro! Well, he just waltzed through them. Kevin Iro with an easy try. It was made to look easy. Castleford was soft in defence. Iro, that's the dozen for the year 2000.
Simple basic football, the link working to perfection. Martin held it, they used a dummy runner, stepped inside with ease. Such a big man, but as Eddie mentioned, you've got to point the finger to the fact that Castleford's defence was not up to it. Superb there. Tonks and Purcell stood back, nothing the fullback Flowers could do about it. That is an easy try, but well worked.
And the man is in top form. 5 tries against the Giants on Monday. Almost 150 tries now in the British game. Needs just 3 more now. Tommy Martin having kicked one off the touchline. This should be easy, but he doesn't like this job. He's starting to get used to it, though. St Helens are 12 ahead. Champions in top form.
Superb play. You see the man circled. He's a dummy runner. Watch how it confuses the defence. Bang. Beautiful delay. The angle dummy runner back on the inside. Working for each other. Off the ball. It counts so much. Confuses the defence. The big fella in for an easy try. But well worked, as I mentioned.
Decisive try from Kevin Iro in the grand final. Big game player. A dozen tries already this year. We're only at round 9. Has his appetite back?
Certainly has, but you've got to give credit to the effort for those guys who runners have foiled as an injury. Looks like Haaland's down.
Sonny, move and play the ball across here.
Yes, he's injured as Lee Haaland, and referee Stuart Cummings says for Sonny Nicol to move the ball across and play the ball from a different position.
Play the ball. Hold here.
He hasn't called time back on yet.
15 minutes into this game, Eddie, we have yet to see Kieran Cunningham run from the dummy half. These are obviously tactics from Ian Millward, the coach, to try to keep this ball alive, Eddie.
Oh, but Joint has passed it straight into the arms of Dean Sampson. He was looking for Cunningham on his inside.
Just couldn't get there in time. Well spotted by the prop forward, Sampson.
So chance for Castleford, and Adrian Bowles to counter-attack as Lee Haaland is carted off the field, obviously in distress and injured.
That's a bitter blow to Castleford Tigers.
Here's Ian Tonks now. Tackle's not completed. Now it is by Julian O'Neill.
This guy really works overtime, the second row, Lee Haaland. They'll miss him.
Andrew Purcell. Good ball to Paul Smith. He bounces first off Tommy Martin, manages to get the ball away, and here is Danny Arnold on the field against his former club, a double winner with St Helens in 1996. It's with Castleford. Oh, to Darren Shaw. Shaw gets Castleford back in it. Huge gap in the St Helens defence, and Darren Shaw exploited it to the full. Darren Shaw with a try. That will give Castleford some hope for the remainder of this match. It looked like he was running away from them.
Magnificent football from Danny Orr. He delayed it to perfection, and Shaw came like an express train. Outstanding. What a wonderful pass. You just put the man in the right position, you get plenty of pace up, and you are rewarded with a wink and a 4-pointer. Tigers hit back.
It's his first try for the Tigers. Darren Shaw a cup winner with Sheffield Eagles a couple of years ago. A bit better for Stuart Raper and Alan Agar up there at the back of the main stand here at the Jungle. Now Danny Orr missed with a penalty not long ago. Here's his opportunity to make amends. Through the 400-point barrier for Castleford now. Oh dear. Can't believe that Danny Orr's missed that. A kicker normally of such quality and almost metronome precision.
10 metres then. They've gone that way.
Well, you can see it's a dog's back leg as a defence. It should be going where the dotted line should have been. And once they hesitate, it allowed Shaw in with a beautiful opportunity, which he took with glee. But what a pass from Danny Orr.
Collected by Danny Arnold on the fly. Couple of tries at Wembley against the Bradford Bulls in 1996 in that double-winning year for St Helens under Sean McRae.
It's an amazing thing, Eddie, about this St Helens outfit. I mentioned just after the kick-off that they've scored 50 tries but conceded 31.
Yes, they've actually conceded more than the Castleford Tigers. It's incredible, really. Offside now, St Helens. Quick, Dean Sampson wants to take a quick tap and does. Perolini wasn't onside.
He knew it as well, but the referee Stuart Cummins says play on. Full credit to Perolini. He allowed Sampson to go that extra metre forward.
Paul Smith now.
Well, this is a great fight back from the Tigers. Talk about spirit.
Danny Orr. Wide it goes to Purcell. Flowers was wide, but Bowles was even wider. The ball bouncing twice before it reaches Rogers, then back inside to Orr again. Orr looks for Sampson. Sampson straightens it up. O'Neill and Cunningham hauling down. 3 tackles gone for the Tigers. Here's Darren Shaw, scorer of the try. Through a dummy, but Joint wasn't fooled. Tonks at dummy half. They're coming down the short side with Purcell. Delayed pass. And Campbell is hauled down by his opposite number, Paul Newlove. This is the last, looking to get it over on the fly down the short side, and Tonks was looking to pinch one from dummy half.
Well, he's tall enough to perhaps just squeeze in. Full credit to Saints. The scrambling defence was good there, but I must say that the prop forwards from Castleford, Sampson and Shaw, they are working overtime.
Here's the St Helens forward, Sonny Nicol. We've got some news, I think, of the injury to Lee Harland. Let's go pitch side and Bill.
It's not looking good for the Tigers, Eddie, because Lee Harland, after a brief spell on the bench being examined by the Tigers medical team, has been taken down to the dressing room. It looks like his right ankle, and this is really worrying for the Tigers coach Stuart Raper, because he's got players dropping like flies at the moment. He's got Brad Davis out, Aaron Raper and Dale Fritz all sitting out watching this game.
Oh, and it was a charge down, and it's all on here for Tuolangi. Forward to Iro.
He got it as well, did the referee, Stuart Cummins.
Iro thinks he scored. He'll have to come back. It was a forward pass.
It was an awful pass from Tuolangi. He didn't have to force it, and he bombed the try. And why he released it is beyond belief. He could see that Iro was well in front of him.
No doubt.
Half a metre in front. Well, who do you blame on those situations? Was it Iro for overrunning him, or it wasn't the best pass from Tuolangi, though. To be fair, they had the rub of the green there, did Saints.
The injury to Lee Harland, by the way, you might have noticed it. It was caused by Harland colliding with his own player. And a strange substitution, Steve-O. Danny Arnold on for a second rower. Now there's Andy Lynch and Craig Wright. And, of course, prop forward Nathan Sykes down there. But Stuart Raper's had to take off a second row, and he's put on a three-quarter.
Well, maybe he thought that a former St Helens player might just come out with something different. Surprise the opposition.
And he's actually, we think, operating at fullback, although he's here now, Danny Arnold at dummy half. Maybe Jason Flowers has moved forward.
Well, it often works against your old club.
Neat run from Andrew Purcell. Half-time at Odsall, the party's underway. Bradford 28, Wakefield 4. That ball stabs through, but it's got far too much power behind it.
He was trying to hit the upright. Little doubt in my mind. He really did power that kick through. Aiming for the right post. Takes aim.
When you're ready.
Went close.
Wait for his foot, fellas. Wait for his foot.
Yes, nearly got to it, didn't he? Cunningham to restart. Martin to Newlove. Tackling by Orr and Campbell. Martin. Here's Perolini.
Castleford defence moving up a lot quicker now. They've been given the sucker punch on a couple of occasions with the way that Saints use this dummy runner. Foyle runs across as the first receiver. It usually goes around to the second man out wide.
O'Neill is turned over and dumped on his back. 10 missed tackles from Castleford. That's a bit high. Only just over the quarter mark in this match. Cunningham attacking down the short side. And Cunningham's hurt.
He went right back onto the bottom of the spine. But as he twisted the leg,
He's twisted the ankle, I think.
the ankle,
high
right
kick from
ankle.
Martin hangs. And he's taken well by Danny Arnold. Sculthorpe is after him and wrestles him to the ground. Cunningham's got a problem with the ankle. Referee shouts leave in to Joint and Perolini, so it allows Vowles to play the ball. Tonks looked to go one way for Jason Flowers, thought better of it and had to take the tackle from O'Neill and Sonny Nicol. Here's Purcell again. That was touched in flight. So play on is the referee's verdict, and Sullivan has it. Good chase though, led by Sampson and Darren Shaw. Aitchison to Sean Hoppy, preferred on the wing today instead of Chris Smith. There's Kieran Cunningham in great distress, taking him off the field, so this will be a change forced on Ian Millwood. And Sonny Nichol's hurt now.
Three-quarter beauty. Whereas for Saints,
Well, emergency ward 10 at the moment in Helens.
this was a big hit. Poor Adrian Vowles. He can come up with some of the big ones. This is the incident. Oh, you can see there.
No penalties.
Oh, Purcell brought him back over his leg. Cunningham's leg went right underneath his own body.
No penalties.
He'll try to run it out. He's a tough nut. He won't come off easy.
And Martin did well then. Iro has fed Newlove. Newlove's on his way. Joint's on his inside. The captain will score for Saints. He hasn't given it though. I think Castleford are appealing that maybe there was obstruction
movement
in
over
the
there.
movement leading up
Can
to
we
that
see whether
try.
Chris Joint came through and obstructed Danny Orr? Did he interfere with him? That's what we're looking for.
Dean Sampson saying in the background there he took him out. Let's see.
Tommy Martin behind it. Uses of the dummy runner. No, nothing really there. No. He really just spun away. Didn't obstruct him at all. The defender goes for him. No, he leaned across to him. This will be okay. There's no definite movement. You'll see that it's Danny Orr that tries to convince the referee that he was obstructed. I don't think he's going to get away with it. It was Danny Orr that made the movement towards Chris Joint. But what a great break and step from Newlove. Kept his calm. This will be TRY for mine.
Well, let's see what the video ref has to say. He's upset the Castleford fans. Try given to Chris Joint. He's decided there was no obstruction. Chris Joint registers try number 4 of the campaign. Third try of this first half for St Helens. They lead by 16-4, and the kick from Tommy Martin to come. Ian Millwood's come downstairs to talk to Jeanette Smith, the physiotherapist at St Helens, about the casualties out there on the pitch.
Again, they used a dummy runner. Perolini back on the inside. Superb offload from Iro to his centre partner and then back into the skipper. That's an outstanding try.
Tommy Martin's missed with his conversion. First miss for Martin out of 3. 16-4. Doesn't like the job.
Watch for Perolini. Martin used him. Iro around the back. As soon as they stuck in the defence. Near perfection.
16-4 16-4 then. Kicks missed by both Castleford Tigers' Danny Orr and by Tommy Martin now. But back will come Perolini again, and St Helens have had to make a couple of changes to their personnel. That's why Ian Millwood was down on the touchline. Problems with Sonny Nicol, problems also with Kieran Cunningham.
But the biggest problem out there is the Castleford Tigers' defence. They are falling off the would-be. Oh, dear me. I'll leave that up to you, Eddie.
No, I'm making no comment about knock-ons anymore. Stankiewicz overran it. It went forward, certainly the ball.
Back on the inside. And that went backwards for mine. Still, never mind. Just about to say, though, Eddie, that the biggest problem that Stuart Raper, the Tigers coach, has. Here's a replay of it. And that definitely went over the back, over the shoulder.
But it started coming forward before the line and ended up on the deck over the line. Listen, I'm not going to get into another argument with you. So in other words, it went to... Anyway, look, let's carry on and watch the match. Purcell.
Well, he was looking for the runner. I'm afraid that Castleford has just lost their way. They really need a try here to lift their spirits. That's a great run. He's working, hard again is Dean Sampson.
Good strong run from Sampson. Tacking down the short side is Tonks. Good defence. Castleford now will try and spread it a little with Adrian Vowles. Ooh. Julian O'Neill skirting a very thin line there, and Vowles looks at the referee. Back on the inside from all to Shaw. Ball not the best, and claiming it was touched by a Saint.
Doesn't matter. Went backwards. One-on-one. Tuilagi went into the tackle. It was a big tackle too.
Stankiewicz held on to the football this time. That's his second touch since he's come on. Chris Smith is also out there now. Sullivan. Yes. Sculthorpe, I beg your pardon. It's an S. Joint.
Again, Saints utilising the short blind. Then they'll get the link going. Here it goes.
Sculthorpe, Stankiewicz. Flicks the pass back. Martin. Back it goes from him to Sculthorpe. They keep this ball alive so well. Perolini. Now Tuilagi. Tuilagi's punched the hole in the middle. Iro just couldn't get to it.
That was forward. That's play on. Good refereeing there by Stuart Cummins.
Danny Arnold now for the Tigers.
He's lost it. He's got it back. Oh, well done, Danny Arnold there. I thought when he made contact with the ground, he lost that.
Danny Arnold on loan from the Huddersfield Sheffield Giants, and this is the last match of his loan spell. Ryan Hanari has come on. I suppose then Stuart Raper and the Castleford board will have to make a decision if they want to bring him here on a full-time basis. Anyway, it's now with New Love. Just on halfway, wrestled to the ground by Purcell and Campbell. Sullivan is in at dummy half.
Big mistake there from the second row of Paul Smith. Again losing the football. Some of these tackles from the Saints forwards are really big.
Sculthorpe again. Looks inside him and finds Perolini. Perolini flicked the pass back. Sculthorpe picked it up on the half volley. Sculthorpe is hauled down, and a great tackle by Jason Flowers. Kevin Iro 10 metres away. Joint trying to barge his way over the line. So close. He's nearly there, but he's hauled back. That's the last for the Saints. Stankiewicz in at dummy half. Back it goes to Sculthorpe. Crossfield kick here, looking for the big man out wide. Aitchison's up there. Aitchison knocks it back, but Castleford have it. First knock on, and it's a
handover. Well, scintillating play by St Helens. They really do keep this ball alive. Good support player yet again, and Paul Sculthorpe. Aitchison, such a tall man. Definitely got a hand to that. Well, they're going to have to dig deep for the Tigers.
I think the Saints are as well. They've been hit by injury. Bill's got the latest update on that. The casualty bulletin, Bill.
Yeah, Dr. Kildare reporting here where Kieran Cunningham has got ankle ligament injury, and it looks as though Sonny Nicol has got knee ligament injury as well. Neither of them likely to return, and the worrying thing for St Helens is that they've got this trip to London Broncos coming up next week, and it looks as though Sean Long is not going to be available for that either. So this could be, even if they get the points, an expensive night for Saints.
Dr. Bill Arthur, not Dr. Kildare. Knock on there from Adrian Bowles. Saints are back in possession. I think we ought to have a vote, Steve, on whether he's as good looking as Richard Chamberlain.
He didn't get the pen out.
Stankovic, Sculthorpe, Henare. Just been suggested to me he might be called Dr. Frankenstein, Mr. Arthur, on the touchline. Here's Sculthorpe looking for the gap for Newlove. He stands, gives it to Iro. The beast's on his way. Stankovic scores. Stankovic with the try for Castleford. The Tiger supporters furious behind those posts. Don't know what they think they saw, but Stuart Cummings quite happy that Stankovic has recorded his second try of Super League 5.
Too big, too strong. Again, Sculthorpe. Newlove offloads to Iro. The two centres that are having a field day. Good support there by the substitute, John Stankovic. But this is class. Sculthorpe. When you see two centres combine like this, they're so strong. Good offload. Since Ian Millward has come to St Helens, the Saints are providing us with some absolutely scintillating rugby league football.
20-year-old John Stankovic at the heart of that. He started the last three in the second row, growing in confidence, and now, as you can see, a try scorer in consecutive matches. Tommy Martin missed the last one from similar range and angle to this. This time, though, he plants the ball firmly over the top of the crossbar, and it's Castleford 4, St Helens 22.
The big key about this, Stankovic is a dummy runner, but he also puts himself in a position so that if the ball does come back, he can score. And have a guess, it's not luck this, it's good teamwork. He was a dummy runner, he gets himself into that position. This is a side that is coached very, very well indeed.
Doesn't look a happy man, Stuart Raper, although we've got somebody strange in front of him. And it's a goal line dropout because the kickoff went straight out, bouncing its way to the line through the legs of Paul Aitchison. Danny Orr nutmegging Aitchison from about 40-45 metres away.
Well, he's missed the last 7 games, perhaps. A little bit ring rusty.
One glimmer, that's a great goal line dropout from Tommy Martin. That ball went backwards off Flowers. One glimmer of hope for the Castleford Tigers. St Helens do have a habit of clocking off when they're in situations like this. It ended up, 50-30 against Huddersfield Giants last week when Saints seemed to have the game in their pocket. So they can go to sleep, but the defence like that, maybe not tonight.
Outstanding.
And everybody comes over here to get hold of Paul Newlove and slap him on the back for this. Great work with him and Henare.
Watch Henare help Newlove. And the big key to this is that Newlove made sure that he kept him up. Could have put him to ground a lot earlier than that. What fine form the two centres, Iro and Newlove, are in today.
And Newlove, he's only just back in the side. He's got a few problems, Stuart Raper. Without the likes of Dale Fritz, Richard Gay, he's about 4 weeks away apparently from a return. Brad Davis and his brother Aaron Raper.
There's a problem to Tuilangi, he's gone down now. He's got an ankle injury.
This is Newlove.
Saints down to 12, Tuilangi receiving treatment.
Martin to Iro, to Sculthorpe. Good ball to Perolini. Over the top it goes to Hoppy, but it was forward.
Well, how many tries would they have scored if Stuart Cummings had not been in the right position yet again? And I don't think Ian Millwood's too happy about the big prop forward trying to get this ball away amongst too much heavy traffic. Only just. Hoppy having to lean forward. But they are running riot. And the tactics of using the big guys out wide must be a nightmare for the Castleford centres, Egan and Campbell. Not only have they got to put up with Iro and Newlove, who are massive men, they've got the prop forwards running down that channel too.
That pack forming for St Helens without Tuilangi, who is still trying to run off what looks like another ankle injury, as Steve-O said. Here's Darren Rogers. 4 minutes to half-time. St Helens with a big lead, 18 points ahead. And this is Dean Sampson.
Well, Tuilangi is just a passenger at the moment, limping badly.
That's a good ball, though. Danny Orr at the middle. Good tackle by Aitchison. What a copybook tackle, but Aitchison's hurt. And Orr has now lost it. It's a knock-on. Danny Orr caught for the knock-on, but Aitchison is hurt.
Well, I thought perhaps he was held down by Aitchison, and was he pulled down by someone else? No. Stankovic went into it, I'm sure. It was a St. Helens pair of knees. Aitchison does the tackle, and watch Stankovic come through, and then just interfere. Well, that's why I call the penalty to the Tigers. Now it looks like Aitchison's going off.
Yes, he's got a sponge to his face, so he, by the looks of things, is in the blood bin.
Go away.
And it's a penalty now to St. Helens for back-chatting to the referee, Stuart Cummings.
You know, it amazes me. These guys get paid so well, Eddie. Why do they come out with schoolboy stuff?
Well, we argue the toss-up here, don't we?
We don't get paid as much as these guys. You're never going to change the referee's opinion.
Exactly.
I know they're upset because that fella there, for mine, interfered with his knees.
And that's why they lost their rag and said something to Stuart Cummings. That's why they've had the penalty given against them. This is Perolini. We're 2.25 minutes away from half-time. Bennett has come on for Paul Aitchison. Iro to Joint.
What a great tackle from Orr. Crowd thought it was forward.
Here we go.
They may have been right.
Come on.
Tommy Martin to Paul Sculthorpe, and wide it goes to Bennett. Vowles flew out of the line, and another forward pass.
Forward.
Knock on, forward, you name it.
Here we go, fellas. Ball's on forward. Scrum.
Well, they're so eager to score points, but
Here we go.
really there's a time when you're in control of the game that you don't try to put a pass like that away. He'll learn.
Let's go.
Well, Mike Bennett is only 19. It's his 20th birthday, actually, on Tuesday.
Here we go.
Academy International. On
Stay,
because
fellas,
Paul
stay.
Aitchison is in the blood bin. Vowles with possession. Picked out, though, with a great tackle by Sculthorpe. Here's Jason Flowers now.
And two. Clear, clear. Pull back.
Darren Shaw bounces off the shoulder of Iro, and Stankovic then finishes him off. Tonks did well over the shoulder of Sampson, though. Retained possession by Danny Arnold.
Definitely went backwards.
Castleford need a try to lift their spirits for the second half. Danny Orr pulled down by Chris Joint. Owen Joint's hanging on, could have been penalised, and they're starting to get a bit ratty with Stuart Cummings.
Should have been penalised.
A kick off the outside of the boot from Purcell, but it just rolls and bounces its way to the dead ball line. Stuart Raper prowling the touchline, and I think the face tells its own story.
Big problems. He knew early in the game that a lot of his players were falling off the tackles. The missed tackle count must be extremely high from the Tigers.
Well, it was early, wasn't it? There was, I think they'd made 43 and they'd had 10. Now they've got 15 missed tackles to their name.
And against a side like St. Helens, who really are whipping the ball from one side to another.
And don't forget they had the big match on Tuesday at Halifax, which was a real punisher as well. Maybe that's taken its toll on the Tigers. Well, St. Helens, their supporters are well happy, and their coach Ian Millwood will have delighted in the 4 tries. New love returning to the team has added punch and power in the centres. So the Tigers prowling, but losing by 22 points to 4 to the champions, who are in magnificent form at the moment. Adrian Vowles, the reigning man of steel, and if anyone can rally the Tigers, this fellow can, for a big effort in the second half. And it's going to be Castleford who will get us going in the second 40. Kick-off from Danny Orr, deep, bounces in front of Perolini. Now what can the Tigers do to get themselves back into this match? The first thing, obviously, is they must score first in this second half, otherwise the game could easily run straight away from them.
Without a doubt, and they've got to make sure that their one line of defence is a lot more solid than what it was in that first 40. Sure that's what has been impressed upon by the coach, Stuart Raper.
Fourth in the table coming into this match, 3 wins in their last 5. Missing stars like Richard Gay, Brad Davis, Aaron Raper, Dale Fritz. Big ask of a fairly small squad that Stuart Raper has at his disposal to meet St Helens at the top of their form, but that's a good little run from John Wells just to take the pressure off slightly. Gets to around about the 20-metre line, plays the ball to Danny Orr.
Saw the importance there of the little chip over by Tommy Martin. His kicking game's been superb as well.
Well done, Logan Campbell. Got the pass away to Jason Flowers. Flowers tackled by Stankovic and Joint. Tonks to Darren Shaw. Wide to Purcell. Further wide it goes to Danny Arnold. They know all about Danny Arnold in the St Helens camp. Tonks at dummy half again. Back it comes to Purcell. Into the face almost of Sampson, who nearly drilled his way through the chest of Stankovic.
Did well to catch that. Pretty strong pass.
That's charged down. Play on. Arnold did well. And the kick doesn't find touch. It's with Aitchison.
That was amazing how the football just bobbed up there for the full back.
Well, Bill Arthur has been earwigging at the dressing room doors to see what's happened at half-time via the coaches, so here's Dr. Frankenstein again.
Thanks, Ed. Aaron, Stuart Raper, the Castleford Tigers coach, not impressed with that first 40 minutes, I think it's fair to say. Too many one-on-one tackles missed. Defence out right-hand side, not that impressive. Looked a bit more impressive there from Dean Sampson. There were 2 areas they're going to work on, and they know that they've really got to come up with a big start at this second half if they're to shake St Helens. Saints, for their part, know that they've got this game won unless they do something silly. They're not intending to do that. They're going to work it out through the sets of 6 and just take the chances when they come their way. They're not looking for anything flash. They just want to concentrate on making sure of this victory. Behind the scenes, though, it could be an expensive night for Saints, because the news of Kieran Cunningham is that he might have a spiral fracture of his right ankle. That's just a very tentative view from the Saints medical team, but it's certainly a bad injury for Cunningham.
As you rightly say, Bill, that is a huge blow for St Helens and Kieran Cunningham. That's the 5th and last for the Tigers. And the chip over the top is by Bowles. Oh, and Aitchison's done it. Oh, and he hacked it dead in the end. Sampson was looking for him, but Aitchison just lolloped along towards that. And he just got a boot to it at the right time.
Talk about taking your time. Tommy Martin says, no, it's yours. And really, Tommy Martin was closer to the football. He should have pushed himself a little bit quicker than that. I think he obviously thought that Aitchison more or less had it under control. Sampson did well to put the pressure on him.
Drop out from underneath his own sticks then by Tommy Martin. Good length on it again, gets it just over halfway. Shaw catches it on the fly and relaunches for the Tigers. Stankovic in there briskly with the tackle, and Joint also. Here's Jason Flowers now. They've upped the tempo, Castleford, in the opening 4 minutes of this second half. Mind you, it was exactly the same start of the match. They ran the game for 10 minutes, but they didn't get any reward. Can they here now? This is Campbell. Tonks Bowles is flat out and down, so Sampson drives in. Really lifted Tommy Martin off his feet there. Tonks down the short side, tackled by Joint, but still got the ball away. Here's Nathan Sykes. That's the last tackle. Vowles, as you can see, back on his feet again, but it's with Orr, and Orr stabs it through, looking for the runners. He's, I think, just over the line, Flowers. The referee will check it via the video ref, just in case.
The ball was the onside.
Good effort there. Smith took the gamble, and Flowers just on the whitewash. Well, a big sigh of relief, I can tell you, from Chris Smith.
Well, the Castleford crowd are cheering this.
Don't know why. You can see the whitewash there. Pretty thick is the line. Can't say that about the video referee.
on the line is out, remember. No try. 20-metre restart, but St Helens a couple of times in the opening 5 or 6 minutes of this second half have been caught a little bit napping in defence. And are they going to go to sleep again, as they do have a habit of doing? When they appear to have a match in their pocket, they give the opposition a glimmer of a lifeline.
Still a key to it for the Tigers is obviously the fact that those two kicks have created a lot of problems in the St Helens camp. That deserved a try. It was a beautiful kick by Orr.
Here's Chris Joint again. And now it's with Martin. Here's Iro. Aitchison. And forward again. I don't think the pass from Aitchison. I think it was the first one from Iro to Aitchison. Not sure.
First one. This one. And he had to reach forward. Touch judge. Nothing wrong with the second one to Iro. Yep, forward. Now, if Iro on the first pass had been running forward, he stopped. So they couldn't utilise the momentum rule. Well spotted by the officials.
An hour gone at Odsall, 44-16. Bradford falls over Wakefield. Adrian Vowles for the Tigers. Stopped dead in his tracks by 3. O'Neill, Martin, Joint. Nathan Sykes, fresh pair of legs. Perolini and Tuilangi wrestling to the ground.
Big problem is that Castleford are being forced into a one-out situation.
Good ball from Orr to Logan Campbell. Oh, he just lost his footing. And now they're trying to force him over the touchline. And a penalty. They appealed to the touch judge, who agreed with them.
Pulling him to the whitewash. No one's going for the football yet.
It's on the line,
Stolen the ball, and Joint has been deemed as the man who took it away. Well, they're desperate for it here, the Tigers.
They're going down the short side with Sampson charging. Run from him, halted by Joint and Newlove. They'll surely give it some width now. This is Nathan Sykes, he'll drive it in. Thought about the offload, thought better of it. Vowles, dummy half, trying to pinch one himself, Adrian Vowles. Told you he wouldn't turn it in, this fellow. Castleford's fans behind the line think that was a try. Danny Orr, little dummy, and Jason Flowers went down in a heap. Good pressure this. Penalty. Perolini, quick taken by Danny Orr. Tackled by Sculthorpe. St Helens have it all on here to keep Castleford out. Vowles spinning again. Hauled down.
Desperate defence from the Saints.
Orr again. Quick hands from Shaw. Well claimed by Purcell. Good defence though from Tuilangi.
Outstanding. Flowers didn't like it. Let's get on with it. Rightly so.
Shaw to Flowers again. Another tackle gone.
It's got to be a penalty. Well, that's stupid play from Sculthorpe. Even stupid. To throw another punch. Well, they've got this game next to a 22-4, so they think he should go to 10 minutes. Surely Stuart Cummins after that. Not only is it professional foul, he's still hanging on to it, and then just as he lashes out, it touches him. He's got to go in the bin for that.
Well, he isn't.
Well, it's a professional foul. So late in the tackle count. Why on earth do they want to do that?
And in an attacking position as well. Castleford have spurned the opportunity of 2. They won 6. Sykes, he's given it to Tuilangi. And Tuilangi's knocked it on. Well, the pressure on this St Helens line's enormous.
Well, as Bill mentioned at half-time, Ian Millwood, the Saints coach, said, don't do anything foolish, don't do anything silly. Well, they've come out, the Saints side, and they think, right, open the champagne, this game's won. Far from it, boys.
More pressure then to come on this St Helens line. This next set of 6 is with Purcell. Back it goes to Vowles, and back again to Campbell, who saw a little gap. Closed by Perellini and Sculthorpe. On the charge is Flowers. He's held back by Joint and by O'Neill. Here's Danny Orr. Good ball to Purcell. They deserve that. Castleford deserve that. Purcell with the try. They just would not be denied, the Tigers. The ball was popped up and the dam broke.
What a perfect try. Outstanding pass from Danny Orr. It's a planned move. Watch Orr run across the face and then just throw the dummy. Sucked in to Ilangi. What a fantastic try. Didn't need much, but it was perfection there. Outstanding stuff from the Tigers. Tuilangi gets sucked in. Come to me, baby. Offload. Bang. Purcell. Tigers are growling. Saints, they're whinging.
Purcell with the try, and that's his first of the year 2000. And Danny Orr, well, he hasn't kicked a goal yet. This is the opportunity, Danny. Doesn't fail this time. 22 points to 10. The Tigers, as Steve-O rightly says, are growling at the jungle.
Come and get me, Ferretti, and as soon as he does, what a beautiful loop. Outstanding rugby league football.
Stick with it, man, stick with it.
That's a second superb pass we've seen from Danny Orr, and that man, Purcell, has lifted the spirits here, not only of the side, but the Castleford Tiger fans, who have turned up in their thousands tonight.
Great play by Danny Orr, created the try, kicked the goal. Flowers is underneath the kick-off, he'll run it back. They're running with a bit more vim and a little bit more vigour in this second half for the Tigers. They got the reward for their early pressure this half, whereas they didn't in the first.
Well, if there was one coach that I thought would perhaps be able to put the fire and brimstone into this St. Helens outfit and stop them from just going back on their laurels, it would have been Ian Millwood. But they are going back to their old ways, and he's not impressed.
And he's passing another message down to his assistant on the touchline. That ball came back legally. Sampson collects it, gives it then to Nathan Sykes.
Needs to be a good kick here on the last.
And it's with Danny Orr. Well, it's not a good kick. Sullivan had read the script perfectly.
He'll be disappointed with that. It really needed a pressure kick, as you can see.
It's all Castleford in this second half. 13 minutes gone, and they've got the reward. They're within 2 converted tries. This is Newland. He's away. He's got Sullivan outside him. Sullivan in the corner. Well, once they break the line, Sullivan gets his second try of the match. And once they break the line, Newlove and Sullivan is a formidable combination. The Welsh international over in the corner.
Having an outstanding game, Paul Newlove. Only passed the fitness test 1 hour before the kick-off. He's been outstanding, kept his cool. There was just no one at home that allowed Newlove through. Sullivan in for number 2 in the game. Oh, they were caught badly. Logan Campbell was caught short there on the blind side. Well spotted by Newlove. No one at home. Campbell only just barely touched his jersey. Speed, finishing. Should not have been in there on that first marker. They should have shuffled across, made sure that he had chance to make sure that Newlove didn't have the open break.
Well, Anthony Sullivan this year doesn't like getting them in ones. He got a hat-trick against Leeds, and that's 2 now here tonight at Castleford. Now Tommy Martin kicked one from the touchline first half, but he's missed it this time. 26-10.
There you see, that's Campbell has gone into the marker position. There's just no one at home. It's a clean run. Bang. Kept his cool. Newlove back to his best. So is this guy, Sullivan.
Sullivan with a try, and few better sights in this game than Paul Newlove at full flight. Kick off, and underneath it is Sullivan. I'm getting him all mixed up tonight. That's Castleford, and he gave it to Smith. Got Sullivan on the brain. O'Neill takes the tackle. Martin away to Iro, and here's Joint.
Having the time of his life out there in the centres. As I mentioned earlier, Eddie, in this first half, is that not only the big fellas running out in the centre, 21 tackles from Castleford, it's getting worse for them. It's just the fact that this St Helens outfit is so big, so much strength in the three quarters as well as the forwards.
And Darren Rogers is content to allow that deep kick from Tommy Martin to run dead.
Good referee in there by Stuart Cummings. I'm sure you could hear him shouting out. There was quite a few Saints players offside, saying give him the 10 metres.
Okay, that's one, clear. Here we are, fellas, come on, 10 metres.
Vowles is going at the middle. Great run from the Castleford captain. Danny Orr, little stutter and then a step one way. Martin's after him, Stankovic helping out as well.
Well, there again, St Helens basking in the glory of that last try.
Good charge forward by Craig Wright. Stabbed towards the in-goal area by Purcell. Just a touch too strong.
A good option, though. He knows, does Andrew Purcell, that those two kicks early in this second half was really putting pressure on the St Helens outfit.
Tommy Martin restarts and he finds his captain Joint.
That's one, 10 metres, fellas.
Stankovic down the short side he goes. Picked up by three and dumped.
Wait.
Here's Sculthorpe, flicks it back.
And three, come on.
Good defence, O'Neill not make any progress forward.
Martin, wide to Iro. To Ilangi, that was a great ball. Martin's on his inside. Martin's going over under the sticks. Martin under the sticks for St Helens. Quick shoulder attack. And Tommy Martin, every time he touches down, you get that reaction. Beaming smile, takes the applause of the supporters right underneath the post to make the conversion for himself a whole lot easier.
Again, the delayed pass splits the defence. Super stuff from Iro. They thought they was going to use him as a dummy runner. He released it at the very last moment. He likes it, doesn't he? Tommy smiles in front of his own supporters. Watch the delayed pass. Bang, came in the angle. Superb move. Excellent try. Outstanding. Oh, superb try that. The way that Tuilagi came on the angle, took out the defence. There was a huge gap being left there.
He's bright as a button, Tommy Martin, isn't he? And from bang in front, Tommy Martin doesn't miss those. It's 32 points to 10. Martin's try and conversion stretches the champions' lead. Ian Milburn still chatting, still passing the information down, as is Stuart Raper, to try and stem this St Helens tie. And the ball's gone down. It's flat. Replacement on.
Well, I'm sure that Ian Milburn would be quite happy with that last try. And the message that you could see him sending down, I'm sure, is to say to his St Helens chargers, look, do not ease off. Do not relax anymore.
Ian, you're supposed to be behind the line.
Sculthorpe, inside it goes to Perolini.
Well done, Eddie. You got him right this time.
Henari's back on. Well, Julian O'Neill. That's handy, they're both wearing head guards. Sculthorpe, Stankovic. Good little break from the youngster, well held by Purcell. Coming down the short side again. Wonder if they've spotted, if they're trying to exploit a weakness down that right-hand side for Castleford.
It's more in line to just setting things up.
Dropped it.
Knock on.
Sculthorpe dropped it.
It's more of a tactic to utilise the short side, which they've done yet again. Knock on there by Sculthorpe. And a fine match. Both in handling and defence, but kicking game's been good, especially in that first half. But it's the way that they utilise that, Eddie, that short line, is because they know that they've got the ability to get the link working. And why not the way that Kevin Iro and Paul Newell are playing?
Have Castleford got an answer? Eager might provide it. Maybe it'll be Rogers. Henari and Aitchison. He could have been penalised for that. His hand went between the legs. This is Arnold. Rogers at dummy half. Vowles just behind him, marshalling the troops. Rogers going alone. Flicks it back. Well picked up by Eager. Just brushes Chris Smith aside. Takes 4 then to bring him down. Tonks, the big fella at dummy half. Sykes, a big fella up the middle. Good run from Nathan Sykes.
Trying to look for the offload.
Tonks to Purcell, to Danny Orr, delayed pass to Vowles, and it's play on!
Play on, back to 6. Sullivan had a go at that, I'm sure. Andy touched it, well spotted by Stuart Cummings. More pressure for the Saints.
Good job he did touch it, because Castleford would have been over in that movement. As it is, they're building again now, this set of 6. And that's Craig Wright. Plays the ball. It's lost.
No advantage. And play the scrum there. Good defence though. And you can see Purcell trying, Tonks, trying desperately to reach out.
They've got a chance, their arm, to be fair now, haven't they?
Well, at 32-10, of course they have, and he knows it, Stuart Raper. Well, we'll be pleased with some aspects of the second half so far.
18 minutes of the match remain. The lines are now open for the man of the match votes from you. 09009 10 10 13. And you could win a couple of tickets to the grand final, where St Helens were, of course, last year, where this fellow Kevin Iro scored the decisive try to beat the Bradford Bulls. But who's for the Theatre of Dreams this October the 14th?
He's in fine form. You saw there the skills. He just hangs on to the football. It's amazing. Top quality players, when they're in top form, they just confuse the opposition. They slow things down, don't they?
Sculthorpe and wide to Stankovic.
Oh, big hit. Purcell got the shoulder on him.
He bounced off him though. Stankovic gets to his feet. Henari, another forward pass. Well, how many times have St Helens been caught on a forward pass tonight? That must be half a dozen.
Well, I'll go towards double figures. 9. Must be close to it. Just a lack of concentration.
I'll go to double figures 9.
Well, I said I'll go close to double figures.
Let's go, fellas.
You mean it's 9, exactly twice as many forward passes as we got last week?
What, 4.5?
Oh dear. Danny Orr gives it to Danny Arnold.
Well, surely 10 comes out to 9, doesn't it?
Yeah. You think it's up to double figures, you'll go for 9, you say. Full time at Odsall, 44-16. The Bulls keep going.
Oh, knock on.
Okay. First knock-ons by Adrian. That was play on. Everything went backwards. Like scrum. Saints ball.
He said play on, and when Vowles went behind Eager,
Play on. Everything
he
went
said play
backwards.
on, and then
Scrum.
Adrian Vowles knocks on. So it'll be head and feet to Saints. Well, he's tried hard as the man of steel, Adrian Vowles.
Ball getting.
It's a pretty hard road for them. Still plenty of time remaining.
And here it goes again, Iro. Away from 2, ball back to Newlove. Iro and Newlove, what a centre combination that is. Joint.
Been every night for Egan and Campbell to try to...
Big hit by Vowles on Henari. He's lost the headgear.
He's lucky he only lost that.
Stankovic.
Play on.
Play on. Joint was quick, but so was Danny Orr with the tackle.
So was the referee.
Martin, Sculthorpe, Aitchison wants it. Instead of that, Bennett's got it. Bennett is brought to ground. That ball's come loose and not gone backwards. Referee will give the knock on.
The ball's come out. Okay, to scrum, catch ball.
Well, a good run by the youngster. He definitely lost it, wasn't reefed. He was going forward. Well, how many tries would St. Helens have notched up if those mistakes and forward passes had not been seen or called back by the referee? And he's been spot on, you know, Eddie.
Yes, he has. He's had a good game, Stuart Cummings. The St. Helens supporters behind those posts are starting to celebrate. Here's Michael Eager. And Andy Lynch is on for the Tigers. Ian Tonks, the man who has been replaced. Sampson's still out there.
Plenty of effort by the Tigers, but yet again, it's really one-out football.
Sykes with the strive in.
They've got a really chance at arm. When you see most of at that play the ball, there were so many Tigers in and around the play the ball area.
Big Paul Smith. That's the last good defence on show from St. Helens again. Purcell. Danny Orr, they're expecting the kick. And Danny Orr flicks the ball forward.
No advantage. Saints players didn't want to have anything into it. It's getting a little bit choice. Craig Wright wanted to get on with it. Didn't hear the referee's whistle. Danny Orr trying to slip it away.
Well, he was trapped, couldn't he? Couldn't get the kick in.
He's worked hard. Two superb passes. I'll certainly remember those out of this game.
Bennett plays it to Sculthorpe, to Iro. On it goes to Hoppy. He bounces off Eager and Eager sticks to him. Iro again. Sculthorpe. Misses out O'Neill, finds Tommy Martin. Martin finds Aitchison. Here comes St. Helens again down that left channel. Martin once more. Perolini, met by Purcell, has the strength to get a few more metres further forward. Ian Millwood, the St. Helens coach, anxiously watching on, hoping for another four-pointer here, as Iro has it. Iro. Sampson with a good tackle. That's the fifth and last. Bennett the dummy half. Oh, it's with Hanari. Now it's with Smith. Tommy Martin. Martin jinks away from one. Jinks away from another. Martin. Support arrives from Sculthorpe. They hold him up. Have they held him up, or has he grounded the ball? Decision for the video referee. St. Helens congratulate Paul Sculthorpe. They think he scored.
You happy with the pass?
But it looked like the ball.
No try.
Well, no try. It's not gone. Forward pass. It's the report from the touch judge.
Outstanding play. Well, that looked all right. I'm not so sure he got it down anyway.
That's one. Go back, fellas.
It was good work from Eager. Spun him over.
Well, the argument about grounding became academic as soon as the touch judge gave the referee his report. Eager, Hanari and O'Neill get him.
Well, this is where Saints can really impress their coach Ian Millwood and come up with defence like that. They've got to try to keep Castleford penned down in their own quarter. If they're going to retain the Super League trophy, then they've got to have defence like this.
Danny Orr going for the 40-20, the big kick downfield, but Aitchison underneath it, and he gives it to the Welsh flyer, Sullivan. Oh, and he takes the tackle from two. They tracked him all the way, Smith and Purcell. Perolini scampers away, the big fella. Oh.
He's had a big game, hasn't he, Perolini? Forwards have really worked overtime, especially with the fact
Danny Orr felt that, didn't he?
it was on the chest.
A Western Samoan express train just hit him. Hoppy. Good tackle by Eager. Great signing, Michael Eager, for Castleford. Bennett. That's the last for St. Helens. Now then, what's Tommy Martin got in the locker this time? He's going to hoist a high kick. Joints after it. Well claimed. John Wells.
What a great take under a lot of pressure.
Danny Arnold. Bennett brings him down.
Good tactics though. Tommy Martin realised that they can still just turn the screw.
Logan Campbell. Tommy Martin trying to pinch that ball. Logan Campbell for the corner. Chris Smith's after him. Logan Campbell. Great tackle by Chris Smith. Darren Rodgers. He's got it. Pinched it from dummy half. Rodgers with the try. Logan Campbell with the run. Chris Smith looked like he'd saved the ball. Darren Rodgers was there. There was no defence at home. Quick play the ball, and Rodgers registers try number 6 of the year 2000.
But what on earth was Tommy Martin trying to do here? You just do not do that in a situation where you've got the opposition capped in their own quarter. Great stuff from Chris Smith to come back. And you could see the look of anguish. Good work though by Rodgers. There's no one at home. Tommy Martin says, give me the ball. Why do you want to do that? You've got them on the rack down there. You've allowed them a gift. And good work from Rodgers. Fully deserved. Well, again, Ian Millward said at half-time, nothing silly. Tommy Martin has done just that.
Remember, Tommy Martin had the ball stolen from him, didn't he, behind the try line? It was Alfie Langer of Warrington, and Tommy Martin tried to do the same thing. Good kick this. Good kick this. Danny Orr added the extras. 32-16. Saints still in charge, but not the margin that they thought it might be.
Watch Martin, give me the football. Oh, he says, yeah, oh indeed. I know they've got this game wrapped up, but that is not what Ian Millward, the Saints coach, would have liked. These silly little mistakes, Eddie.
Yes, it would have been, had he come off for him, he would have been the hero, of course. But he missed the opportunity.
But they didn't have to. I mean, they had Castleford right in their own quarter.
10 metres, 10 metres. 3!
A little bit too late, of course, but they'll be buoyed by that Rodgers try, and of course the great break from Campbell.
And 4! All the way
You have to say it was a great one. Maybe the fact that Martin gave him an open run.
There goes Andy Lynch again. Bench on Tuesday, first appearance of the year, and he marked it with a great try, remember. Vowles, they're running it out wide. Campbell does well again. Tonks on, Wells rather, on to Vowles, and Vowles to Purcell. Great kick looking for Rodgers. Rodgers, oh, it's going to be it. Oh, now then.
Penalty try.
It could easily be.
Did he take him out?
Whatever happens,
Okay.
I think Chris Smith's in a bit of bother.
Right.
Now then.
One thing I'm looking for here, was he onside? Okay? If he's onside, I'm giving a penalty try.
He's going to
I
give it
need to
if
see
he's
whether he's onside first.
Well, we talk about stupidity. He's onside, all right. This will be a penalty try. Well, they're just shooting themselves in the foot, aren't they? No doubt about it for mine. He's onside. Well, we see Tommy Martin come up with something stupid. We now see Chris Smith do exactly the same. Penalty try. It's hard to see, but I'd say it was okay. He did the right thing, did Rodgers. You just can't see there, and I think he's all right. I think this will be given. Penalty try.
Well, he crossed the line, didn't he? Crossed the dotted line.
But the way that Chris Smith just impeded Rodgers. Beautiful kick from Andrew Purcell. They were caught. And once it went through, well, they just can't see it, I'm afraid. Can't the video referee, so I think he was going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's my question. I'm going under the post if he is onside.
And we don't have
Coach in the
referees
stands thinks he's
call,
onside.
do we, in this country?
Well, he's already done it. He's told everybody, Stuart Cummings, if he's onside, penalty try. That's what it will be.
Here's the decision. Penalty try is given. Darren Rodgers. He's got speed to burn. And former Castleford man Chris Smith couldn't get to it. Rodgers gets his second in quick succession.
And rightly so. What on earth were they thinking about here? That's just stupidity. Well, it wouldn't surprise me after this kick if Chris Smith is sent to the sin bin too.
Rodgers with his second try. Castleford won't go away. Rodgers sort of shrugs his shoulders. Danny Orr adds the extras. A six-pointer from bang underneath the sticks. 22-32 now. And remember the comeback we saw against Wigan on the very first night here by the Castleford Tigers. They're at it again.
Well, full credit to the Tigers. We knew that they would never throw in the towel. And it's a great effort from them. Stuart Raper has to be pleased. I'm not so sure you could say the same about Ian Millwood. They were coasting. They had this game oh so easy.
Well, that's the word, coasting.
And two pieces of stupidity.
Well, Stuart Raper isn't turning it in either.
Plenty of time.
There is 6 minutes. They can get 2 tries here. Well, they do well for us, don't they, every time we come to the jungle. 09009 10 10 13. Vote now for your man of the match. Who's caught your eye? You're looking for a St Helens player at the minute, but you might be looking for a Castleford Tiger in 5. Purcell. Nathan Sykes.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Well, indiscipline, silly mistakes. Danny Orr said, let's get on with it. The crowd are going absolutely crackers, and rightly so.
Raking kick as well.
This is why they call it the jungle these days. And Saints were looking for someone like Tarzan to swing through and save them.
Well, here comes Samson. Never mind Tarzan. Purcell. Nathan Sykes. They're examining St Helens now, all right. Danny Orr. Adrian Vowles. Sculthorpe missed it. Bennett didn't. Purcell. Orr again. Here's Campbell. Wide it goes, not the best.
Was it back to 6?
It was a knock-on.
No advantage, so it'll be head and feed to the Tigers. Stuart Raper saying, come on, get into that pack. Ian Millwood saying, take your time. Joint definitely got the left arm to it. Ball from coasting to a lot of trouble.
They're hanging on now. Wants it back, he wants it back. Referee's whistle has gone. Greg Wright thought. Look at the front row.
Well, it was
Dean Sampson's enjoying it with Stuart Cummings.
well, it was worth trying to call the referee. He just dummied and went with it.
Danny Arnold. What a story it would be if Arnold got over for a try.
Let him up, let him up.
Danny Orr. Dummy half. Adrian Vowles. Adrian Vowles.
Good defence from Mike Bennett.
Here's Sykes. St Helens now, you think they were the team.
Rogers
Double
desperate for his hat-trick.
And they are oh, that's a knock-up
Back
by
to 6.
Stankovic.
It's come down yet again.
You think St Helens were the side that were looking to get back in this match, and Castleford were coasting it, the pressure they're putting on here. Stuart Raper's up and down off his seat. Maybe the sands of time will run out. Maybe not. Vowles has stepped through. Vowles just does he get it down?
Is he held up?
Oh, it's another decision for the video referee, and rightly so.
The ball.
What a thriller.
Did he get it down?
Is Vowles held up? He doesn't think so. He thinks he's scored the try.
He didn't get it down first time. Stankovic pulls him over. It's not down there, but did he get it down on the second opportunity. First time it's on Stankovic. I think it lands on his stomach. It's not down there, and it's not down there, and it's not down there. Well, Stankovic has come up with some superhuman strength. Vowles raises the arm, and he ain't going to kid anybody. What a thriller.
Listen to the crowd, the Castleford crowd. It's a try, they say. But the video ref has the final say.
N-O-T-R-Y.
What does the video ref say? No try.
He got it right.
That could be the moment when the game slipped away, but there's more pressure still coming in here on St Helens from the Tigers. Just over 3 minutes left to play. If they get a try here, look out. Sampson. Arnold. Hitchison has it. Now it's with all. Look at Vowles. Shouting, marshalling. Sykes again to drive in hard.
Where's Sampson?
Not far off it. He's just behind this play the ball. It's not gone to him though, it's gone to Danny Orr instead. Kick for the corner, onside, says Stuart Cummings. Palm back, Danny Arnold picks up, gets away from the first one. Joyce can't get away from Perellini. Danny Arnold plays the ball. Here's Sampson. There's the slip pass. Back it goes, they dropped it. Well, great entertainment here.
Superb, full credit to everybody concerned. Sampson couldn't get through it.
And neither could Andy Lynch.
Oh.
Disappointment etched on the face of Stuart Raper. But he knows it's been a wonderful effort from the Tigers. They look gone midway through this second half.
Well, I remember how he felt that first night when they got to within 10 points of Wigan. They still lost the match and he was not best pleased. I wonder what his reaction will be after this.
Well,
Good defence on show here though from Castleford.
They've paid the price of too many missed tackles in the end. It's no good coming late with a wet sail. You've got to make sure that you stop the opposition getting the points on the board early. And that's what they failed to do.
Rogers takes it in bravely. Back come Castleford again. Purcell. It goes wide to John Wells. He flicks it back. They're keeping the ball alive brilliantly now. Campbell into Nathan Sykes. Rushed to the ground by Henari. Purcell. Vowles. Sampson. Lost it.
Tommy Martin deemed as the man who's knocked on, drags the ball and it went forward. According to referee Stuart Cummings, and he's right.
Well, it's been a brave effort from Castleford, and they know they're in the last minute, so it's a big chase now. Chris Smith collects, he's surrounded.
Gets all the boos, former Castleford player. Such a favourite here many years ago.
Taking his time.
Well, he was very fortunate there. He was not penalised for not bringing the ball back into play. He just waited.
Last 5 seconds. St Helens have won it, but the memory of the match will be the bravery that Castleford have shown in the last 25 minutes or so here. There's the full-time siren. Stuart Raper disappears. A disappointed man. Ian Millwood maintains his 100% record as the St Helens coach. Tommy Martin is a runner for the Man of the Match award, and the St Helens supporters know their team have joined the big guns again at the top of the table. St Helens had the match in their pockets, looked like running riot, but Castleford Tigers at the jungle won't let anything go easily. And Ian Millwood, well, he won't be happy with some of the defence, but the supporters here of both sides will be happy with the entertainment. St Helens go home with the spoils. They close on the top of the table. Wigan and Bradford have won tonight as well. Still to come, tonight on Sky Sports 1 at 8:45. Goals on Sunday, a look at all the weekend's goals from around the country. Sky Sports 2 now, live US Tour Golf Day 4 of the Compact Classic of New Orleans. And on Sky Sports 3 at 9, there's more European NFL, Scotland taking on Berlin. And for Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports Extra now, live international cricket, day 3 of the first test between West Indies and Pakistan. Here the Tigers and the Saints have royally entertained us. Impressed with that.
Well, he looked totally bemused. It was not a difficult conversion.
It's a shocker, and Danny Orr was still out there on the paddock as well, but he has missed 2 from 3 tonight. Haaland's try then, the 4 points separates the two teams. Short kick-off from Halifax. Underneath it, eager. Goldspin gets to him.
Took it well there. Well, he's got to penalise him. Oh, I said he hasn't.
Sure, the referee shouted hell then.
So did I.
09009 1010 13. Man of the match. Get your votes in now. At the moment, you're looking for a Tiger, but anything could happen in the next 7 or 8 minutes.
Well, it's important that the Tigers do not think that this game is won. They cannot just sit back and rest on their laurels and that 4-point lead. We've already seen it's been a great fight back by the Blue Sox.
Darren Shaw to drive it in. Tackled by Martin Pearson. How important's Pearson to the side, by the way. Faultless with the boot today. High kick, they're looking for Rodgers all the time out here. He flicks it back. Eager carries the ball on, chips it over the top. Cardis sweeps up, and Jason Flowers tackles Cardis. Here's Naylor.
Eager defence. Going to be difficult for Halifax to get out of this spot above it. That's good work there by the winger man.
Yes, brave run. Moved off the mark though. Went forward about 3 or 4 metres. Rolling. Comes back this way. Danny Orr, he missed the tackle on him.
Got a big game as a hooker. Got through a lot of work.
Giving it width again with Duneman. Wide it goes to Marnes. Wells was the tackler. Oh, ball flicked back inside. Darren Shaw gratefully clutches it to his chest. Castleford back in possession. Halifax have got to throw caution to the wind. Here's Campbell.
A little bit too much caution there. Being thrown out the window.
Jamie Benn. Be annoyed with himself that he missed that conversion. Adrian Vowles.
The captain's not there, settling things down. He wants to slow it. Still plenty of time, though.
Raper gets the ball wide, and this is Ian Tonks. Eager scuttles into dummy half. Danny Orr stabs the kick through. Picked up gratefully by Duneman.
Well, they left him so much space, Danny Orr.
Vowles is in a bit of strife. Here's Cardis. This is always interesting when Cardis gets the ball and Vowles bravely down with the tackle again.
And he's injured, his Vowles. That really did hurt.
Bill can tell us about the injury.
I tell you what, this guy is a man of steel. He won the award last year, and it's not surprising because he's operating on one arm. The previous tackle to that one he's just made with one hand. He was signalling to the bench to say he was in trouble with his shoulder, but he waved away the physio and he's got on with it, but he's only got one hand. His right hand dangling by his side at the moment.
Another injury then for Castleford Tigers to clear up, and it's a big injury too to your captain and man of steel Adrian Vowles. He's staying out there though. This is the last tackle meanwhile for the Blue Sox. High kick, hanging kick from Pearson. Rodgers claims it.
Beautiful work from the winger. See how he turned his back and made sure that anyone getting in his way, which was Naylor on that occasion, he just bumped them out of the way and the ball just slotted nicely into his hands. Desperation now of the Blue Sox. They've got to try to get this football back. He knows it too. Stuart Raper says, simple, football, nothing fancy.
Not in the last 5 minutes when you have a 4-point lead. It's slender. Flowers. Two big men combined to bring the fullback down. Tallick and Gannon. Raper with a crossfield kick to turn Oliver Marnes around. He's on his own line. The chase has arrived.
Good
and
stuff.
John Wells with the tackle.
Just what the doctor ordered. Controlled it, he knows it. The experienced Aaron Raper. That was a fine kick into the corner.
At 4.5 minutes left for play. Good drive from Goldspink, halted by Lee Harland. Oh, not the best pass. Duneman has to stop, turn and collect. Now he'll run it again on that far side. This is where they think Castleford are vulnerable. Oliver Marnes. Good tackle by Danny Orr. Played well tonight, Danny Orr. So is this fella, Pearson. Little dab over the top. Collected by Harland again. He's all over the shop.
He's had a big game. Good option.
Eager. Rodgers is in a bit of space. Here is Rodgers. Gets away from Mercer. Just ankle tap by Gibson. Tackle not completed. He can play on. Flowers. Jamie Benn. Benn spinning. Oh, and eventually dropped to the ground by Gannon.
He would have felt that. Surely they'll go for the one. Or will they just try to soak up the time?
Well, there's a player of Castleford down in back play receiving treatment. It's Ian Tonks. And this is Vowles. Vowles back to Shaw. Shaw wide to Campbell from a standing start. Oh! Cleaned out.
A grab. There was no intent there. He just grabbed at him. No swinging arm. But they'll take the 2 points here, I'm sure.
Well, they'll try. They'll try and take the two. Martin Moana is wanted by the referee for a word.
It was more of a grab. There was no swing on the arm. And you can see that Campbell, it's on the shirt and just rode up into his chin later.
And to be fair to Logan Campbell, he was up off the deck immediately and trying to get on with the game. Well, Tonks has left the field. He was in some distress.
And this is the big prop forward, James Gannon, giving young Ben a facial.
Fortunately, didn't connect with his elbow. That incident, by the way, with Moana, his on report, the referee has given the signal. So Martin Moana, the high tackle, goes on report. Disciplinary authorities will view that this week. And here's Jamie Benn again to try and make amends for that earlier miss with the boot.
An important kick this. Roughly about in the same position as he missed the conversion of the Lee Harland try.
Yeah, but from the other side, and he's a left-footed kicker, so this should swing in towards the post, but the way they've been kicking tonight, Castleford, nothing certain, except it is now 2 points for Jamie Benn, and a little bit of comfort for Castleford for the last minute or so. There's a minute and a half remaining.
Up the jumper time. Stuart Raper, the Tigers coach, surely would have got the message out to them all. No silly mistake. They've got to go for the short kickoff, surely, of Halifax.
Well done, you're all on.
Short kickoff indeed. And Eager has dropped it. It's gone backwards. How Halifax have it. It's hey lads, hey now for the Blue Sox. This is Naylor. Naylor flicks it back. Goldspink. Big man. Well, Castleford, they are giving their coach Stuart Raper nightmares. Duneman still running round in a circle. That was Ring of Roses.
He hasn't got any pockets.
Mercer, desperate for the 2 points. Half a minute left. Halifax on the charge. Goldspink held up by 3, now 4, now 5. Last tackle, 25 seconds to go. It's with Duneman. They're running it, they have to. Cardis! Cardis! Oh, just held up. Eager and Rogers. That tackle by those two has probably, well, did I say it? Probably won the match.
Wonderful defence there at a crucial moment. Isn't it amazing? The nerves were tingling from the kick-off. That's it.
And Stuart Raper's men have won. They've won the match. Anthony Lynch there with a big smile. His try as soon as he got on the field, so important. Lee Harland with the try against the Halifax Blue Sox, his former club. That won it in the end on 69 minutes. Danny Orr didn't kick terribly well. Adrian Vowles led bravely despite having an injured shoulder or arm. And it's the Castleford Tigers who have claimed the victory by 20 points to 14. Last week, Halifax won by the margin of a converted try. This week, they've lost by the same margin. Harry Mercer will be a disappointed man. Delighted to have picked up 2 points last week. Annoyed that he has lost to this fellow. Stuart Raper at home here tonight. And Stuart is now with Bill.
Well, he looks happy, but he also looks pretty
Well, we seem to have lost the microphone, lost the feed there, so we have, for the moment anyway, just lost Stuart Raper as well. We'll try and get back as soon as we can, as the Tigers, with their mascot, takes the applause of the Castleford supporters. They'll be delighted as they make this short journey back to the jungle tonight. Claimed 3 wins over the Blue Sox last year. There's the first one. Now then, let's hope we've got the microphone problem sorted.
nerve-wracking night all round.
I see my heart's pounding a million miles an hour. Great win with all the injuries we had. Guys playing out of position. Ian Thompson never played hooker before, first game. And some outstanding performances, and very proud of the guys to get the 2 points. Halifax were, they kept coming at us, and they're a terrific side. They're really determined, and we hung on at the end there.
And even to the last few seconds, it was in doubt, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, those rugby league games are great to watch, when they're tight like that. And unfortunately, we were on the good end of it.
They're not good for the coach, though, are they?
Nah, I tell you, I'm growing old every day when games like this one.
Well, his team and Halifax have given us a great match in the end here. It was a much better second half, wasn't it? And at the end of it, the Tigers have won. Now, if you've enjoyed this at the New Shea, more of the same coming up this weekend. We have London against Leeds, exclusively live at the Valley on Friday, and Castleford, who've won here tonight. Their next appointment is with the team of entertainers from St Helens, exclusively live from the jungle on Sunday at 6:30, also on Sky Sports 1. So more live Super League coming for you this weekend, of course. Well, Lee Harland's try has won it in the end. A sweet moment for the former Halifax man. 20 points to 14. The Tigers have won.
Interested in a widescreen TV? Then open your new Sky Customer magazine and you might find a winning card inside. I said winning card inside? That's widescreen TV? A TV with a wide screen? Well, I guess you can read the behind-the-scenes article on ER or the Sharon Stone interview, and if you're remotely interested, you can win a widescreen TV.
Do you mind? I'm trying to read here.
Just look inside your new magazine to see if you're one of our 500 winners.
Well, if that's how you feel, maybe we should just finish it.
Fine.
Fine.
I'll have my CDs back then.
Typical.
And make sure they're in the right boxes.
Okay.
So that's it then.
That's it.
Keep talking.
I'll miss you.
We can still see each other.
Yeah. go out now and again, just as friends.
Yeah, just as friends.
Every couple of months.
Well, every few weeks, if you like.
How about next week?
How about this week?
I'm free tomorrow, actually.
Are you free tonight?
See you in 20 minutes?
I'll be there in 10.
I think that's our shortest breakup yet.
Leo's having a bad day.
You made this mess, now you got to clean it up.
A really bad day.
You shot me, I shot you right back again.
And it's about to get worse.
We talk about this over a drink.
A lot worse.
I'm not going to kill you.
Because life's a circus.
Casper's going to kill you.
And then you die.
Another one bites the dust.
Circus.
Tetley's bitter. Smoothly does it without it.
Some cars used to be such a waste of space. Nooks and crannies all over the shop. So those know-alls at Vauxhall thought, why not take all this useless space and make it useful? And by using computer technology, they believe their range of Vauxhall estates have done just that. And yes, they're very spacious, because inside here isn't. But look, still lots of room for improvement.
Vauxhall, raising the standard.
Philips digital widescreen TV. It really is worth shouting about.
Mum! Who's that?
It's my boyfriend.
With BT, you can get a dedicated line to surf the net for our best price ever. Call 0800 800 845 now.
Victory in the end for the Castleford Tigers, 20 points to 14, 4 tries to 2. But the goal kicking of Martin Pearson certainly kept the Blue Sox hopes alive right to the bitter end. Now the man of the match and the winner of the TSO Watch tonight, Lee Harland of the Castleford Tigers, whose try in the end was absolutely crucial to the outcome of this match. And here is Lee talking now to Bill Arthur.
Lee, congratulations on winning the man of the match award and the TSO Watch that goes with it, first of all.
Yeah, I'd like to thank TSO for the watch. Cheers.
What about the game?
Oh yeah, it was a good game actually. Halifax beat us on it earlier on in the season, bit knocked out of the Challenge Cup, so it was pretty good to come down here and win.
Pretty good to come down here and get the winning try as well.
Yeah, especially against my old club, yeah, especially that.
And it was always right up to the final minute it was in doubt, wasn't it? Did you think when they snatched the ball right at the end there, or no, we're going to let this one slip?
It was a close game, you know what I mean? You didn't know which way it was going to go. I'm just glad that we won, that's it.
Well done. Cheers.
Linda Otley from Leeds has won tonight's man of the match competition watching at home. Linda spotted the performance of Lee Harland, and the losing coaching staff from Halifax agreed with her. Well done, Linda. You're off to the grand final on the 14th of October. You can plan that weekend now. A couple of tickets are yours. Well, that's the view of Lee Harland. What about the view of the Blue Sox? Assistant coach Martin Hall, first out of the dressing room. Here he is with Bill.
Martin, is the feeling that you blew that one?
Yeah, I think we had plenty of chances during the game. The 80 minutes, we obviously didn't take every chance that we could have done. So obviously we felt we've lost it.
But you kept plugging away right to the end.
Yeah, there's a good team spirit within the team, and I think that was shown tonight. But like I said, I think a couple of chances we didn't take and didn't capitalise on them.
But what were the pluses for you?
The fact that we competed to the end, probably won the second half, I think. So there's some pluses. We played well in patches, but we're not showing any consistency during the game, and we're not showing back-to-back wins either at the moment.
Okay, thanks, Martin.
Okay.
Obviously a disappointed man, Martin Hall, no doubt mirroring the mood at the moment in the Blue Sox camp, and certainly the mood of his player coach, his boss, Gary Mercer. Well, Danny Orr had a big hand in the win as well for the Castleford Tigers. Didn't quite do enough to win the man of the match, but did enough to win the game itself.
He's next to the mic with Bill.
Well, Danny, that was a slow burner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's always tough to come in, and get 2 points. We've not been playing too well at all, and it's got to start able to get 2 points. We've done that.
But fairly nail-biting stuff, I'd have thought, because they were coming at you right to the last minute, weren't they?
Yeah, well, we got into a good lead. We've got to learn to kick on from that, and we're letting teams back into it. Luckily, in the last 10 minutes, Lee Allen got us a try. We managed to hang on.
Thanks, Danny. Paul Smith alongside. You had quite an eventful game, didn't you? You got cleaned out by Brett Goldspink in the first minute, but you bounced back.
Well, yeah, I wanted to, I got cleaned out. I thought it was just a little nudge, but yeah, it's just it's my first start here. A great try, if I do say so myself. It's just a relief. I mean, if we don't score in season, we've got to do a new run. So I've got out of that. That's the main thing. And the second thing, well, a great win. We tough it out. And shut up. And yeah. No, that's.
I think he went to pieces, did young Paul Smith there. I think it was probably coming face to face with William Arthur. But anyway, a good win in the end for Castleford Tigers. Now, we have so much expectation of matches in Super League these days that maybe we're a bit hard on the players, when they don't quite come up to scratch. And we thought they weren't at half-time. But, Steve, what a change in the second half. What a great 40 minutes that was.
Yeah, it certainly was. It's a long time coming. And I think that perhaps that the referee certainly did take control. And I'm sure that he had a word at half-time to the respective coaches to make sure that the sledging and the verbals stopped. There was not so much messing around at the play-the-ball area. And we got a game of rugby league, which we really needed. And it didn't take long, did it, for Castleford to extend their lead. It was a good build-up as well, but this was an outstanding effort by Andy Lynch. Danny Orr kept the ball alive, and you can see how Halifax is struggling to scramble back, and the crisscross section that they keep this ball alive. But when the big fella does eventually get it, what a handoff. Get out of the way. See you later, Gary. And he showed amazing speed here. He knew that Darryl Cardis would be coming through, and he knew he had the strength. That was an outstanding effort. But as we saw in the first half, Halifax do have good team spirit, and they certainly came back well indeed. Perhaps one of the big problems for the Blue Sox at the moment is that they do often stand still rather than support the man with the football. It was a big mistake from Jason Flowers. It was Cardis's kick through. Good work from Rowley. And not surprisingly, Tallack went over, and they were in with a great chance. But this was a good build-up as well. And Tallack, it was all come about by a wonderful run from Andy Hobson. Rowley took speculative pass out wide, and as soon as Pearson saw that they had the overlap, but he did exceptionally well again, did the Frenchman. What a pass to Oliver Marnes. But this perhaps was a good end for a man who's worked overtime. He really did have a magnificent game, Lee Harland, not only just in defence, but also in attack. He made 28 tackles during that match, and he really did deserve that match-winning try.
And he deserved the Man of the Match award, I think, as well. He put a lot of effort in, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was, and I'm sure that that Raper, the coach, will be quite pleased, especially with his partner as well. Sykes came off the bench. He did 24 tackles, so it shows you that perhaps maybe the Castleford defence is not as strong as Raper would like it to be. They made so many tackles, especially in that opening 15 to 20 minutes, but they sorted it out, and their scrambling defence perhaps saved the day. Right at the end, we saw Eager and Rogers just snuff out the opportunity from the fullback Cardis. Perhaps a draw would have been a fair result.
Well, it wasn't. The Tigers have won, and they have consolidated their place in the top 5. The Bradford Bulls, they play in 24 hours' time against Hull FC, and Leeds are in action at this moment against the Salford City Reds. And we'll bring you all the news and detail on skysports.com TV tonight. Now then, what have we got coming up for you? Well, Wednesday at 8, Sky Sports 1, it's the next edition of Rugby League World. Then we have London against Leeds, Friday at 7 on Sky Sports 1, our first visit to the Valley. And on Saturday morning, St George Illawarra Dragons against Auckland Warriors, Saturday 9 on Sky Sports 3. That's it from us, another bank holiday done and dusted. See you at the Valley. Till then, bye-bye.
It's about being prepared. It's about being strong. It's about Saturday night. The ring walk. The tension. The electric atmosphere. It's about being a champion. Marcus Bayer defends his world super middleweight title against Glenn Catley. Saturday at 9. Live and exclusive on Sky Sports 1.
It's got biscuit, it's got caramel, it's got chocolate. Just a thing when you're killing time.
At Curry's, with this Sky offer, you only pay for installation. The dish and box are free, and that's a fact.
What do I like about Amy? Let's see. There's a lot of things that we have in common.
I am nothing but a bad person. Yes, Doctor. I'm so happy I can be myself.
The one cheetah just stared when I changed my legs. Stared. I'm gonna run with the cheetahs and the antelope. It's a total feeling of accomplishment.
Now you can have all the expertise of Garnier Ombre Solaire at the push of a button. New Ombre Solaire protection sprays from Laboratoire Garnier.
Live horse racing coming up for you this week. The start of a new season, exclusively live coverage from Cheltenham and Kelso, starts tomorrow night from 6:30 on Sky Sports 2.
This is Sky Sports 1.
Hello and welcome to The Last Word. My guest this week is a respected and experienced manager who's taken the unusual step of leaving his first division job. By the time this programme ends, perhaps we'll understand just why. A creative and combative midfielder in the 70s, Bruce Rioch played for Luton Town, Aston Villa, Derby County and Everton, winning a championship medal with the Rams. He also won 24 caps for Scotland, who he captained in the 1978 World Cup. He began life as a manager with Torquay before moving to Middlesbrough, Millwall and notably Bolton, which landed him the Arsenal job in 1995. Much to the surprise of the football world, he was sacked just 14 months later. After a short spell as assistant at QPR, he took the hot seat at Norwich City. But there, held back, he contends, by financial constraints, he has recently resigned and now hopes for a bigger club to match his ambitions. Well, Bruce, I won't beat about the bush. The question everyone's asking, why did you choose to leave Norwich?
Well, let me say first of all, Jimmy, that it's a very, very friendly football club. It's got a good reputation. The people at the football club are very pleasant. The coaching staff and the facilities are very good indeed. And I've had approximately 2 years at the football club, and we moved our family across to Norfolk from the Hertfordshire area.
So there was an intention to stay.
Oh, absolutely, total commitment. I always feel it's important to be based in and around where you're going to work. I mean, I couldn't commute from Hertfordshire to Norwich on a regular basis. So we moved the family across. In the first season, we had a reasonably good season. We finished 9th in the table, which was the highest position that Norwich had finished for 6 years. Mm. And in the second season, we're about mid-table. Norwich are about mid-table at the moment. But I looked at some of the clubs that were above them, and it just appeared that they had greater resources, greater finance, greater opportunity to invest in players. I looked at some managers who had moved from one club to another or been involved with clubs above us. And the top 10 in the First Division are teams with what I would term to be a little bit more clout. And I felt that, you know, knowing the internal workings of the football club and the circumstances, and gates are better now than they've been for a long, long time. There's more season ticket holders now at Norwich City than they had in the Premiership. But I felt for my career, for my future, it was right for me to leave the club. The purchasing powers is dwindled because of the circumstances and the financial circumstances that they inherited, that they made in the new board of directors. It's going to be some period of time, in my opinion. They might do it sooner rather than later, but in my opinion, that they can regain the status that they had before. I mean, I'm not going to talk them down because, you know, I've got a home there and I've got family there and I've got a lot of good friends there.
No, but it might have taken longer. Well, it obviously would take longer in the present circumstances. You had injury problems and things like that. But someone has got to take Norwich that little bit higher with the resources that they've got. I mean, it's almost as if saying, well, that financially they're a lesser club than I've always believed that they have been.
They've gone through a very tough period, I think, in the last 3 or 4 years. And most certainly, again, because we know the inner workings of the football clubs, we're privy to that. And obviously I can't tell you the exact details of the football club.
But they're hard up